Alright, so the supplies you're going to need for this video are 4 balls of yarn, whichever colors you guys like, or 2 colors if you want to alternate between 2 colors, a stitch marker to start from where your first stitch on the round is, scissors, and a hook, whichever hook is in accordance with the yarn that you're using. So we're gonna start off with the color 1, and we're gonna do a magic ring. This is how I do my magic ring. So you just wrap around your fingers, make an X, grab the back, pull through, do a chain 1, and then you're going to make a double crochet and a chain 1 for your first 2 stitches. Personally, I do a single crochet, and then I work in the middle of that single crochet, do another single crochet on top of that, and that makes what looks kind of like a double crochet. Or you can do a chain 4, and that would count as a double crochet chain 1. And then you're going to do another double crochet chain 1, and you're pretty much going to do that until you get to the end. You need 8 double crochets and 8 chains. So altogether you should have 16 stitches by the end of this round. Getting to the end of this round, and you're just pretty much going to slip stitch on the top of that double crochet, and you can chain 1 and close out the round. Make sure to also tighten your magic ring in the back, and that's round 1. So for the second round, we're going to get our second color, and we're going to put our hook in the front post of the double crochet from our last round. And we're going to be doing a front post bobble stitch. So we're going to pull through, chain 1, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through. We're only going to pull through 2. That'll leave 2 hooks. And then we're going to pull through, and we're going to pull through 2 again, yarn over, pull through 2. You should have 4, and then you're going to pull through all 4 of those. Then you're going to make a single crochet in the chain space, and we're just going to repeat that all the way around. We're going to do another bobble stitch in the next double crochet, a front post bobble stitch, and we're going to do a single crochet in the chain space. So we're going to have 8 bobble stitches and 8 single crochets for a total of 16 stitches all the way around. into round 3, and we're going to take our first color that we were using in the beginning, and in any single crochet space you're just going to connect your yarn there. Start with a chain, and we're going to do a single crochet. The chain doesn't count. After the single crochet, we're going to do a chain 1, and we're going to do another single crochet. We're still working in the same stitch. Another chain, and another single crochet, all in the same stitch. And then we're going to do a 2 chain space. We're going to skip the front post bobble, and we're going to work in the next single crochet space. We're going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to chain 2, skip the front post bobble again, and repeat. So we're going to do single crochet, chain, single crochet, chain, single crochet, all in the same stitch, and then 2 chains and repeat. So at the end of this, you should have 40 stitches total. You should have 16 single crochets, 8 2 chain spaces, and 8 chains. Alright, we're getting into our round 4, and we're going to get our third color and connect our yarn to the 2 chain space to the left of any 3 single crochet 2 chain group. I'm just going to chain 1 and do a single crochet, and do another single crochet. That's 2 single crochets in that 2 chain space, and then we're going to do a chain and skip that single crochet, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets in the next 2 chain space, and then you're going to skip the next single crochet in that group, and in the chain space we're going to do 1 slip stitch and 2 half double crochets. This is all in the same stitch. And then after that, we're going to do a 2 chain picot. So we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch into the first chain. Then we're going into the next chain space. So we're going to skip the single crochet in the middle there, go into the chain space, and do 2 half double crochets and 1 slip stitch. So we're pretty much mirroring the beginning of the last step we just did. So 2 half double crochets and then 1 slip stitch. And then we're gonna do 2 single crochets in the 2 chain space. Chain 1, 2 single crochets in the other 2 chain space, and we're just going to repeat that throughout the entire round. At the end you should have 16 single crochets, 16 half double crochets, 8 slip stitches, 4 chain spaces, and 4 picot. Alright. Alright, we're now getting into round 5, and this is what your granny square should look like so far. You should find the corner in between the picot stitch where there is a single crochet from round 3. You're going to pull your yarn through, we're taking color 4 now, and we're just going to do a chain 1, and then we're going to go back into that front post, and we're going to pull through, and we're going to do 1 front post half double crochet, 1 chain, another front post half double crochet, another chain, and 1 last front post half double crochet. And then we're going to chain 2. Next, we're going to find the single crochet in between both of the corners of the last round, but we're going to use the front post to the 3rd round. So you're going to yarn over and go into that single crochet from round 3 and do a front post half double crochet and chain 1, front post half double crochet, chain 1, front post half double crochet. So this is kind of what it's looking like so far, and we're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna do chain 2, and we're gonna do a front post into that corner again from the 3rd row, the single crochet. We're gonna do a front post half double crochet. Make sure you're getting that middle single crochet from the 3rd round. And then we're going to chain 1, front post half double crochet, chain 1, front post half double crochet, and we're just going to keep repeating this all throughout the round until we get to the end, and you're going to slip stitch into the first front post half double crochet we did. So in total you should have 24 half double crochets, 16 chains, and 8 2 chain spaces. You should have about 56 stitches total in the round. Alright, so now we got that slip stitch in the first front post half double crochet that we worked in. So this is what it should be looking like. And now we're moving on to round 6. We're going to keep the same color. So we're going to skip that first half double crochet and work in the chain space. And we're going to work a double crochet. I like to do a single crochet and then work into that single crochet, put another single crochet on top to make my double crochets, but you can just do a chain 3 if you like. And you're going to do another double crochet. And then we're going to do one more double crochet in that same stitch. And then we're going to do a 3 chain picot. So we're going to chain 3. And we're going to slip stitch on the first chain that we made. Or you can slip stitch at the top of the double crochet. I like to do my picots like that too. Then we're going to yarn over, and in between the second and third front post half double crochet, we're going to do three double crochets. So just like the other side. Alright, so now we have this 2 chain space. We're going to do a single crochet. And this is what your petal should look like so far. And then we're going to skip the first front post half double crochet. And we're going to go into the chain space and do 3 double crochets. And we're going to do a 3 chain picot stitch. Another 3 double crochets after skipping the second front post half double crochet, and we're going to go into that chain space. And in the chain 2 space, we're going to do a single crochet, and we're just going to repeat this all around until we're done. Alright, we're getting to the end of this round, and you should have 48 double crochets, 8 single crochets, and 8 picot stitches for a total of 64 stitches all the way around. Once we finish this last one, you're just going to slip stitch at the top of the first double crochet, and that should finish up the round. Alright, we're getting into round 7, and we're just going to take our color number 2 and join at the second front post half double crochet of any petal, and you're just going to chain 1 to join, and you're going to work 1 front post double crochet, Again, I do the single crochet and then put another single crochet on top of that one to make my double crochet, but you can just do a chain 4 and that would count as a front post double crochet and your chain 1. So we're going to do another front post double crochet after the chain 1 again, front post double crochet, all in the same stitch, and then we're going to chain 2. This is what it should be looking like. And we're just going to repeat this sequence all the way around. So it's going to be 1 front post double crochet, chain 1, front post double crochet, chain 1, front post double crochet, chain 1, and then 2 chains for that space to work your way to the next petal. At the end of this round, you should have 24 double crochets, 16 chains, and 8 2 chain spaces to make 56 stitches. Alright, so we're finishing up the round here with the last slip stitch at the top of my first double crochet. And that's how it should look like. And now we are moving on to round 8. We're going to skip the double crochet and work in the chain space after the double crochet. You're going to put 3 double crochets. So we got 1 double crochet, 2, 3. And then we're going to do 2 treble crochets. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's 2 trebles, and then we're going to do a 3 chain picot stitch. And then we're gonna skip the middle double crochet and work in the chain space. And we're gonna do the same thing that we just did on the other side. So 2 treble stitches, 3 double crochets in the same chain space. That's what your work should be looking like so far. And then we're going to work a single crochet, not a half double crochet, a single crochet. And we're going to repeat and do the same petal in this chain space. Skip the double crochet. And at the end of this round, you should have 88 stitches, 8 picot to make 96 stitches total. we're getting into round 9, and we're going to take our first color, and in the first double crochet of any petal, we're going to do 5 single crochets in the back loop only. So I'm just going to slip stitch, chain 1, and do a single crochet. Next stitch we're going to do single crochet, and we're going to make sure we have 5, and that's going to get us to the top. 3, 4, and 5. And we're going to skip the picot stitch, and we're just going to chain 1, and then we're going to do another 5 single crochets in the back loops only. And we're going to skip the single crochet at the bottom and move to the next stitch, and again 5 single crochet back loop only, do a chain 1, skip that picot, 5 single crochet back loop only all the way around. And at the end you should have 88 stitches, you should have 80 single crochets and 8 chains total. Alright, we're now in round 10, and you're going to find the chain space from our last round and count down 5 stitches, and in the 6th stitch you're going to put your hook in the back loop only, and you're going to get your 3rd color, and you're going to slip stitch. And I just kind of pulled the string through the hoop, and I'm just going to kind of work over this yarn. After that we're going to do 3 half double crochets, and this is going to be on the back loop only, so make sure you're not going through both of them. Then you're gonna do 2 double crochet back loop only, 1, here's the second one, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets in the chain space at the top. Then we're just going to mirror the other side and do 2 double crochets on the back loop only, and then we're going to do 3 half double crochets back loop only, 1 slip stitch back loop only, and then chain 6. At the end of this round you should have 60 stitches, 4 6 chain spaces, and that should equal up to 84 stitches. So after that slip stitch, we're going to chain 6. And we're going to skip 4 stitches, 1 chain, 4 stitches, and we're just going to repeat the corner that we just did on our next petal. So slip stitch, 3 half double crochets, back loop only, 2 double crochet, back loop only, 3 double crochet in the chain space, 2 double crochet back loop only, 3 half double crochet back loop only, 1 slip stitch back loop only. So we're just gonna follow along here if you like, or you can fast forward into the next round if you got it figured out. Alright, we're getting into round 11. We're going to take color number 4, and we're going to find the 3 double crochet group from our last round. In the second double crochet of that group, we're going to join our yarn, and we're going to do 2 half double crochets. And we're going to chain 1 after those 2 half double crochets, and then we're going to do 2 more half double crochets all in the same stitch. And then after that, we're going to do 6 half double crochets Make sure you're counting how many half double crochets you have. Then we're going to skip this slip stitch here, and we're going to do 2 single crochets into the 6 chain space. And then we're going to do 3 half double crochets. And then 2 more single crochets. This is what it should be looking like so far, and we're just going to replicate everything on the other side that we just did. Alright, getting into round 12, we're going to take our color number 3, and we're just going to join at the chain 1 space at the top of any corner. And we're going to start off by doing a double crochet. Or chain 3, whichever one you like. another double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and then we're going to do 10 double crochets. And you can follow along with me to do the 10 double crochets. I'll meet you at the end. We're then going to do 3 half double crochets, and another 10 double crochets. And you're just going to repeat that all the way through. You can follow along with me for a little bit longer. At the end of this round, you should have 112 stitches. You should have 108 stitches and 4 one chain spaces to make 112. Alright, so this is what it should be looking like so far, and you're just gonna do this all the way around until we slip stitch into our first double crochet that we worked. And this is what it should look like. And let me show you what it would look like being blocked. So for blocking, I put all my needles in the tips of the flowers, just because I like it to look very pointy and crispy. So I just made sure to pin down everything I wanted stretched, and this is what it looks like. Hope you guys liked the tutorial. I will be trying to drop one every 2 weeks, so just stay tuned, subscribe, and like for the next video. Thanks for watching.